Hello all, my name is Tyler Cerame, and I'm a student here at Slippery Rock University in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, studying current issues in esports with Dr. Seth Jenny in class Exercise Science 304. Today, I will be discussing esports player health concerns and strategies with assistance on the presentation from my group members, Bethany Kadilak, Nina Kahle, Jayden Williams, and Gary Gubbings. Throughout this presentation, I will be discussing a few core topics our group was able to identify within esports player health. These topics include common esports injuries and their contributing factors, strategies and solutions to help overcome these injuries, and precautions one can take to avoid such medical mishaps. After, we will wrap it up with a quick conclusion reviewing the content mentioned along with our sources for this information and other closing remarks. Beginning with common health concerns, our group has identified a few injuries that frequently occur in the esports community, those being musculoskeletal injuries, straining of the eyes, and disruption of sleep. This presentation will also discuss other commonly faced issues in the esports community, such as mental health decline and adaptation of a sedentary lifestyle. First off, musculoskeletal issues. What are musculoskeletal issues? Musculoskeletal issues can be classified as injuries where pain can occur in one's bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, or muscles within a concentrated area. These injuries oftentimes occur in esports athletes due to the repetitive strains and motions seen in gaming. Constant joint manipulation of the fingers, hands, wrists, and forearms, combined with poor posture, can lead to some sort of injury, pain, or numbness. Common injuries in esports include carpal tunnel, a pain or numbness within one's wrist due to the compression of nerves in the surrounding area, wrist or elbow pain, and or neck and back tightness or strains. In severe cases, these issues can develop into blisters or blood clots, with the latter being life-threatening and should be immediately tended to by a physician or a doctor. Esports athletes are recommended to get up from their sitting position at least once every half hour, for a minimum of 6 minutes to avoid the negative effects from sitting down for extended periods of time. Athletes should also be sure to stretch and correct posture when needed to avoid any severe damage or injuries when online. Correcting one's ergonomics in their chair, desk, keyboard, or controller placement will also help to avoid any possible injuries. Next up is eye strain and sleep disruption. Eye strain and sleep disruption will oftentimes show up in esports athletes as blurred vision, headaches, dry eyes, irregular sleep patterns, fatigue, and in the most severe cases, insomnia. Long hours, the lack of a set routine, in sync with an irregular gaming and travel schedule can increase chances of getting injured. However, there are ways to mitigate these factors and make eye strain and irregular sleep schedules a thing of the past. Practicing structured training routines whilst monitoring eye level positioning, ensuring that the competitor's eyes are anywhere from 20 to 30 inches away from all screens, are two great ways to lessen the impact that competitive esports may have on one's body. Esports athletes should be sure to also educate themselves on sleep hygiene, ensuring that sleep posture and spine placement are in line and stacked, reducing the chances for possible tightness or pulling of muscles. While the previous topics have been physical injuries and can set competitors back for extended periods of time, the next topic is something that should always be discussed in a serious manner. Declines in mental health can not only be life-threatening, but can also affect a group of people, not just a single person. Mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, burnout, addiction, and other unhealthy habits may start to show in either yourself or other competitors. It is important to recognize the warning signs of these injuries, as these symptoms do not happen overnight and can take weeks or months to develop. Fortunately, there are steps that everybody, not just athletes, can take to ensure that these periods of mental dismay can be nursed or avoided altogether. Performance anxiety, competitive pressure, the lack of institutional support, and exposure to inappropriate or explicit content can also contribute to the decline of a competitor's mental health. For these reasons, it is important that we practice developing a safe community and esports culture where we welcome all types of people. To help reduce the effects felt from these mental injuries, competitors can attend therapy and or look into practicing the mindfulness and nutrition of life coaching. Spending more time on team-based activities may also help promote a healthier and more balanced lifestyle that will ultimately benefit all members involved. Competitors should also take time out of their days to create schedules allow for exercising up to 30 minutes a day, ensuring that these lifestyles is active and that a routine can be followed. So over the past few minutes, we have learned about the most common injuries in esports athletes may face when competing, along with the steps and precautions an athlete should take to avoid suffering from an injury. It is important to recognize that these are health issues that can arise in esports community, and that it is important to understand what preventative actions an athlete can take whilst performing or online. For everyone, not just athletes, it is a key that you are prioritizing mental health, an active lifestyle, and wellness, ensuring that you are able to stay online, active, and at your best for whatever you decide to take on. Thank you for watching here, and here are sources used to gather this information.